Are you a teacher and it's time for a break? It might be summer or spring break when you're listening to this video and the playlist that I've created. And so it's time to rest, except that you can't. Your body is just fueled and you're just conditioned to keep planning, doing things. And even when your body wants to rest, you feel tired, it feels like your mental space is still doing its thing. And it's you, if you fall asleep, you actually wake up tired. So always on the go. Welcome, I'm Roanne the doing this playlist. Now I'm a licensed psychotherapist, but actually started my career as a kindergarten teacher, not in one country, but in two. First was when I was living in the Philippines, and then when I was a first immigrant here in the States, I'm living now here in America. One of my first jobs as an immigrant was also as a kindergarten teacher. So I love teachers. I know teachers do everything, and it's so hard to be a teacher these days. I wish that's not the case, but the best that I can do is to offer some relief, some calmness, especially in moments that you do have space, but mentally you feel like you don't. So today I'll talk about why it's hard to take a summer break, mentally, and giving you some insights, some tips, and at the end, some way to really relax your body. So first thing, it makes sense that you're always on the go. We train our brain because our brain is what we say neuroplastic. So whatever, I mean, billions of years ago, our brains look slightly different, but it's because of early humans doing things over and over again. So maybe they're pounding on a rock or creating a kind of like a spear looking rock. And by repetition, we do change the way our brains even form. And that's the amazing thing is that whatever you do, if you change it over and over and over again, you can give yourself some space. And if you're trying to teach yourself to be more relaxed, you could do that. This concept of habituation, even for babies, I used to do lots of home visits with moms and babies. When babies are newly born, when they're sleeping, we try to wake them up to see if they would habituate, because that's one manifestation that the brain is healthy for newborns is that, I have a paperclip filled container. It's plastic. So you imagine when I'm shaking it, it makes a very irritating sound. It wakes up the baby. So I do it, and then the baby gets startled. I do it again. The baby gets startled. By the third or the fourth, the baby stops being startled in that same way as the first reaction. So it's very similar to the way if you train yourself like on the go, always firing, you need to do things, your stress level is very high, you are have trained, even if that's not your purpose, and of course you're part of this system, it's what the brain is used to. Fortunately, I am repeating myself, you could liberate your brain. Now, when we do that, it's hard to really enjoy the moment because we say, when you're always thinking about the past, oh, I should have done this, I missed this. Of course, nothing, it's not like everything leads in depression, but depression is that it's looking at the past and like, oh man, feeling bad about the past. And then anxiety is very futuristic. Oh my gosh, something bad might happen. I might miss my appointment. And it's like, 3 weeks away. So it is a catastrophic imagination of the future. Um, on both of those spaces, the person is not in the moment. They're not present. They're always thinking about the past or thinking about the future. I'm talking about when someone's depressed or anxious. Of course, we sometimes, healthy people think about their past. Sometimes we think about the future. We dream about it. But I'm talking about the extreme. Now, when you're so used to doing things so rapidly, imagine if you're a marathon runner and suddenly somebody just said, stop, 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 and slow down and just meditate. That may be such a stark difference in your body. And, when I think about it, I also think about children, for instance, who are malnourished. When somebody's malnourished, you can't just feed them food right away. It's going to overwhelm the system. So, my offering to you, my dear teacher or teachers, is to just slow down. And if you are used to doing 10, 20 things during summer or spring break or whenever you're taking your break, reduce the 10 to 7, maybe in a couple of days, and then to 5, and then just having your big three or even your number one thing, especially when you're on a break. So you do it just kind of gradually to get your body, to allow it to catch up. So it's not like you just stop a sprint runner, and that may not be the best way to really transition yourself. So that's one insight, is to slow down, but slow down your slowing down, to introduce that to your body. Next is to prioritize making appointments with yourself. This builds trust. Let me explain myself. You're always on other people's calendar. Like, you have to be on time for school. The principal needs to talk to you. You have other meetings with your colleague. It's always this appointment with other people. You have your dentist appointment. You're always trying to make those appointments for sure. But the appointments you make with yourself is the one that you're like, nah, I want to do some type of art. If you play an instrument, it's an appointment where it may not be necessary, but it's good for the soul. So when you're on this break, the first one is to slow down, slowing down, but be mindful that the point of that is to get to uh, calming your nervous system. Second is to make that appointment with yourself. So what is it? If money is not an issue, not to squander money, but what is it? A hobby, a project that you've been longing to do? Do that, and try to be kind to yourself, that you do that maybe in small increments first. So you make an appointment, maybe on Monday, I'll do 5 minutes of collaging or whatever it is that you want to do. And you could slowly increase that. What you would find is the more that you keep your appointment with yourself, you build self trust, and confidence. Everybody's confident with you making to their appointment, but sometimes we forget that our appointments with ourselves is equally important, if not more. So that's the second part, that when you're doing this summer spring reset. The last one before our mindful practice is to connect with one or two people, in which these are people you're just hanging out with. There's no agenda. And you might do art together, but there is no asking of each other than to be with each other. You want to retrain your brain to be in more of a balance, in which there is no, because there's so much that students and the principal and the admin is asking of you, to teach your brain that the other side is also available, that you don't always have to be on the go, that sometimes you can be in spaces and be accepted even when there's no agenda. So giving your brain that dual experiences is important. Finally, I want you just to have a quiet space. You can do this for 5, 10 minutes, but I will just show you a very simple exercise. You could do this when you wake up, when you're about to go to sleep, midday. All you need to do, my friends, is be nice if you have like some music in the background, if that helps you. You don't have to have one, but look for a space um, on the wall. And I'm just looking at my camera. So I call this practice look, expand, look, and just release. When I say release, you're going to close your eyes, but I will guide you. So just notice what's happening to your body and your breathing, just taking a moment. Okay, this is your appointment with yourself now. And just notice how your chest is moving up and down. The space is yours. And find your gaze. Focus on that spot on the wall. So go look and just look and allow your gaze to soften. And then when I say expand, you're not going to move your gaze. You're just going to expand on the sides as if you're seeing a lot more, the sides around that spot that you've chosen. So you're still looking. I'm looking at my camera, but I'm just trying to see if I could expand whatever I'm seeing on both sides. So that's expand. Notice what that is doing to your body when you expand your body. Just like that. Noticing your shoulders and not forcing anything. Just expand. Come back. Again, look. And just close your eyes and just release. If you want to just release your body and slump down your shoulders a little bit, do that. Just stay there for a moment. And I'm going to open my eyes. You keep closing your eyes if that's what's comfortable for you. We'll do it one more time. I just want to give you an example, but you could keep doing this 5, 10 minutes. It's really nice, especially when you have music in the background. So again, look. And then notice if you put a smile on your lip, like curve it up. Just notice the difference. You don't have to do it, but if you do decide to do it, notice what happens to your body. And then expand, not moving your face, your gaze, you're just expand, trying to see as much as you can from both sides. Just like that, you know exactly what to do. And then look again. And then just release, closing your eyes and allowing your body to just release and slump down. That's perfect. Let's do it one more time. I know I said twice, but look, expand, see as much as you can. Feel your body expanding. Notice your breath, just like that. Looking back, look again, just release. I hope this has been helpful to you. If you need extra support, you can book a consult, especially I call it like a intensive for teachers. It's a curated retreat where you don't have to be with a therapist. It's just, 2 to 4 days. There's different ways that we could do that. Go to therapywithroanne.com to check it out. Otherwise, I hope you're having a great day and take good care. Bye.